Nearly midsummer. Good morning. Ooh, hoo, hoo, hoo. Sorry, birdie. Sorry, birdie. Bye-bye. They come in like one demanding, where's my breakfast? Oh. Oh. Creaky, creak. Oh, lovely morning. Still a bit of a heat wave down south, but I'm not really going to get it here, I don't think. Right. Ah. Oh, that's a swift. Boy, can they fly. The swallow has a V tail and the swift has a sort of straight tail, and those anhedral wings, they just change direction. Well, this is a hard talk this morning. Stephen Sackur, 4:30. The Foreign Minister and Deputy Prime Minister of Moldova. So I looked up Moldova, and it's right there, tucked in, landlocked by Ukraine. And with Romania on its western side, Ukraine on the east. And they're all intertwined with Russia and Ukraine and the European Union and so on and so on and so on. And then the other news is more fuel on the flames from America, more of these arms, modern weapons, all the better to kill you with. So I'd say that is indicative of I was going to have this. Hello, birdie. Go on then. Yes. Huh? With your breakfast. Breakfast time. They're getting to know me now. Oh, birdies. I'm not bothered. As they get their breakfast. How do I do this? This is just me and my old Beethoven. This is piano sonata number 20 for what it's worth. Played by Daniel Barenboim, who in his heyday was really, I think, the best exponent of these 32 piano sonatas. He did 2 cycles of them. I find I can always just listen. Birdie's listening too. Yes, hi, Birdie. So, nearly midsummer. Peaceful here. The neighbours are still asleep with any luck. Gee, what horrid little people they are. And it's all drugs related. And the police are doing nothing. If by doing nothing, it's actually worse. Because it's almost as if they're condoning it. It's just... Anyway, my stratagem is just to avoid them altogether, all the neighbours. Apart from the nice one who gave me the table, of course. Right, so... Oh...
On Vinted, you can easily sell what you don't wear. Download Vinted. Who are they going to get to teach us? Show me what you're made of. We're going into combat on a level Nova.
How can I make any difference in this world to all this stuff? I am a Christian. I love God through Christ. The end times are absolutely foretold. Armageddon and so on. It's in Matthew, Mark and Luke, the synoptic gospels, not in John. The end time passages. But we ought to be living each day anyway, as though Christ might come knocking. And yes, it's clearly a troubled world, but what's new? We just hear about it more. And then with these 24 news cycles and so on, you can just have wall-to-wall misery, quite frankly, if you're that way inclined. I make a point of finding out the sort of salient points, and I think, boof, enough of you. Let's have something of beauty instead, such as this music. There is no other answer. Love is the answer. And again, there is no other answer. It is to love God through Christ. Amen. All other paths lead to dead ends, paths of faith. Of course, there are huge populations in the world who do not believe in God through Christ. And then the West England, for me, my home country really, London, I'm sort of a Londoner, but not even a proper one of them. Just the 30 years in the Great Wen, or in the nice suburbs actually of London. Millie all, mate. So, it's almost worse not believing in God. At least if you've got something to believe in. I mean, I've travelled the world. At Heathrow, I used to just go to the little prayer room there, and you'd more often than not find a scattering of Muslims at prayer, some baggage handlers or that, you know, not pilots and stuff, but at prayer. The Muslims, incidentally, acknowledge Christ. This is lovely, I can do this. I say slow. Well, I used to be able to. I don't even have a piano anymore. The Quran is, I don't know how many references, but there are many references to Christ. The problem with that is that the Muslim sees Christ as one in a line of prophets and then culminating in their prophet Muhammad. Well, okay, that's what they believe. As far as I'm concerned, that is false and will lead nowhere. But God put Ishmael, his wife, and this is Abraham, his wife Sarah, maidservant, Hagar, they were old, Abraham and Sarai, couldn't have children or hadn't had children. And God said to Sarah, let Abraham sleep with Hagar, and along came Ishmael. So in a sense, those are the Abrahamic faiths, obviously, Jews, Christians, Muslims, but in fact, Ishmael physically came first, the forefather of the Muslims. Now, there must be a purpose to all of this, which God knows fully, and we can only perceive from our perspectives. I've got my big outing today. I've got to go and get an ECG done on my poor old heart. A town called Ashington, Wansbeck Hospital. Oh, excitement. It takes forever to get there. On the bus, it takes an hour. It's only 18 miles as the crow flies. If I were a Swift, I think they can do about 100 kilometers an hour, actually. So, 60 miles an hour, it's 18 miles. Do it in 20 minutes, would I? If I were a Swift. The peregrine falcon is the fastest bird known to man. It dives, and I believe gets up to 200 miles an hour. Miles, not kilometers. I think that's right. I don't think I'd get done for copyright on these. Very clever, those machines. They've got algorithms that listen to all this stuff and automatically detect music, but not just the music, which recording it is. There we go. That's good. It's only an 8-minute one, so there we go. Lovely. Let me close on my Trifid. Bye-bye, Trifid. Cheerio.